with hearts of gratitude, saying thank you again for blessings big, blessings small, blessings we have asked for, blessings we didn't even have sense to ask for, but you gave it to us anyhow. Thank you for all you have done for us and all the plans you have laid for our lives today. As we receive every blessing, may we pause to say thank you. And so we thank you again for bringing every lady to this platform. Whatever the problems are, you're the great problem solver, and you will continue to solve every problem that we encounter in life. We pray for the various families we represent. We prayed for Demi, who's not feeling well this morning. Thank you that you are the great physician and you are on every case, no matter what it is. So thank you for healing. We pray that you'll continue to bless our gathering again this morning. May your presence be felt. We ask in Jesus' name. Amen. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning again, and welcome to Let's Talk. Now, everyone unmute because we are having a call and response. Unmute. So you fill in the blank with whatever you think goes in there that makes sense to you. Leaves here, leaves there. Leaves
Everywhere.
everywhere. What about this one? To market, to buy a big pumpkin. Home again, home again.
Halloween. Halloween.
Halloween what? Give up Halloween what? What you went to buy?
Pumpkin.
So Halloween pumpkin or jiggity pumpkin, you know that nursery rhyme, right?
No.
Right. What about this? 10 apples up on top. Hold them now before
They
Drop.
drop.
Okay. What about this one? Pumpkin spice and everything
Nice.
ready to rock.
Ready to roll.
Ready to roll. Ready to rock. Ready to roll. Okay, so this morning, be the reason why someone smiles. Be the reason why someone smiles. Be the reason someone feels loved and believes in the goodness in people. Be the reason someone smiles. Also be the reason someone feels how? Loved. And they believe in what?
Goodness in people.
Goodness of people. Because, we can lose faith and say, people not good. They are good people. So be the reason. You be the reason and show that goodness still exists. Well, our family is a team. And each member is irreplaceable. Our family is a what?
Team.
Made up of members. And each family is
Member is irreplaceable.
irreplaceable. Everyone has a place in the family.
Oh, yes.
Hope this morning you brought with you your what?
Holiday gift exchange.
Holiday gift exchange. How much money do we have in here now?
25.
25.
Everybody at 25 US dollars, even if you convert it.
$25.
Okay, so how much are we putting in this morning?
$5.
$5 will make a kitty how much now?
25.
25.
Okay, so remember, don't touch this. This is not your emergency fund. Oh, it's not your emergency fund. This is your holiday gift exchange. So you tuck that. That's not Halloween candy money, okay? So don't trouble that. All right, that's your holiday gift exchange. Now, last week we had a what? What type of program? Focusing on
Hispanic heritage.
Hispanic
Yes.
heritage.
Hispanic
Today
heritage.
is the last day for Hispanic Heritage Month. It began last month on the 15th, and then today is the 15th. It ends today. Does anyone want to share one thing that stuck out in your brain that you learned about any of the Hispanic countries? You may not remember the name of the country, but something just resonates with you and it stuck out. Not the one you researched, something someone else said. Anything you learned you want to share quickly, who want to tell us? Anything you remember you learned?
I
Go on.
remember about Belize. It says it had the largest marine sinkhole. Something like
Okay. Yeah. And what stuck out with me, Belize too, was they had the most colors in their flag. You know,
Right,
you look at
right.
flags and it never resonates in your mind how many colors are there. So I had to look it up because that really came at me. So I said, let me look at this Belize flag and see. And they said it was because of the coat of arms have so many colors.
Right.
Right. So that's 12
Yeah,
colors.
they had 19 colors.
19, yeah.
19.
Okay, I had to go back and look at that flag.
Yes, 19.
Yeah, very beautiful, beautiful
Wow.
flag. Yes.
A little bit of
Anything else stuck out from it? Okay, Althea, what you learned?
You know, even when we look at a lot of the histories, things that we've done in the past, and this one, there's a lot of similarities going on from one country to the next.
Yes,
So we know that we're a big melting pot.
family.
Somehow or the other, we touched someplace.
Yes. And you notice all of these Hispanic countries spoke what language?
Spanish.
English. And
Spanish is their main
English.
Spanish is the main.
all of them. Because you do have other countries who do not, like Portugal, they have a different, Italy, different language. But all of these countries that are celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month, Spanish is their national language. Now, we had a project and some of you submitted your chili dish. Let's see what chili dish you came up with. Who is that chicken chickpea chili? Talk to us.
That is mine.
Right.
Yeah, so it's, traditionally chili has the same base and the same like seasonings basically for the most part. But this one I said, okay, we have some vegan in my house and some people who eat meat. So I made it all vegan first, and then anybody that wanted the chicken in theirs, they just added it to theirs. Yeah. But this one, I added the roasted corn and things like that. So it was nice. It was nice to eat.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Who's the next? Andrea.
I go on the other way. I make chicken soup. That's the first time making chicken soup from scratch. I had to cut up the chicken and all the herbs and everything and the vegetables, but it didn't last long in here.
I know.
They have these grand boys and they just ate it up.
I could imagine. Okay, who is the next one?
That's mine. I call it a chili lentil stew because I just put the ideas together and bring that. When my daughter was eating it, she said, "Oh, you know how to do this? Oh, you know how to put all those together?" I just smile. But we loved it. We really loved it.
Wonderful. All right. The next one was mine. Just black beans and red beans, carrots and all that. Okay, with brown rice. Now,
Yeah.
what does chili have in common? All chilies. If you
Hot.
talk about chili, what's in
Beans.
common?
Hot.
Beans.
Spice.
The taste.
Beans,
Spicy.
beans, beans, beans. When you talk about chili, you're talking about beans.
That's lone
And that
beans.
could be any bean. That's the
Any kind
beauty
of bean.
thing with making chili. Any beans. A combination of beans, how many types of variation of beans you want to put. So those of you who haven't been making chili, you know, this is getting to the colder months, maybe not where you live, but there is a season called fall or autumn. Make some chili. Make some chili. It's really delicious. It's not a soup. It's thicker than a soup. Okay,
Yes.
make some chili.
Exactly.
All right, so now, so what's our project coming up for this week that everyone can participate in? We're not cooking this week since some of you seem not to like to cook, or you're holding on to your traditional dishes, afraid to experiment. I'm going to get you to experiment some more. You need to experiment. Get outside the box. Talk about cultures. So when you meet other people, you know what we say in the Bahama, skin up your face at what they eat. You don't want anybody do it to you and to your foods. So you learn to appreciate other foods. All right. It's an easy cheese. Everyone can do this. You are taking a headshot of a fall photo shoot. You see how you're sitting on Zoom now? That's all I need to see. If you have a green screen, put some nice fall colors, dress in your fall colors, and look how easy this is going to be. For those who do not, let me emphasize, thank you, Kyle. For those who do not have people or anyone to take a photo of you, Miss Curtis, you see how you are sitting now? Put on your fall colors, go into Zoom just like you came on Let's Talk, and sit there and smile. 5 seconds, turn it off, and Kyle will have that picture. Okay? That's how easy it is. Let me say it again. You don't have somebody to take your photo, come into Let's Talk, your Zoom, right? Put on your fall, your orange and your browns, and if you have a nice background, you want to pick it up, make sure light is on your face again. Make sure you don't want your photo dark. Just as you come on Zoom, sit up straight and nice. Make it normal. You hear me? Sit up straight and nice. Look in the camera, smile 5 seconds, reach over, click out of Zoom. Kyle will have that picture and he will be the one will have it. You don't have to send me anything except you want a professional photographer taking yours and you send it to me. Other than that, everybody could do that, right? You came on Zoom this morning, right? Fall colors, you want to put some background, fall, whatever, fix it so we have fall. Okay, that's your easy, easy, easy photo shot. That's for the fall. Now, since we've been talking about cultures, families, tell me, what does a family mean to you? When we say family, briefly, few seconds, tell me, what does family mean to you? When you say family, what do you mean? Don't give me a dictionary meaning. What do you mean when you say family?
Closeness.
Okay, you mean closeness. Closeness of whom?
For the family.
Tell me who family is. I don't know. Tell me. I don't know. So tell me.
Our relatives. Our relatives.
Okay, talking about your relatives, like whom? What that word relatives mean? I'm new to the word.
Aunt, uncle, grandchildren, and children.
Okay, all right. That's what family means to you. Eunice, what you saying?
Well, to be family,
closeness, as she says, or we are parents, our children, grandchildren, living closest together, sharing, you have fun together, you have meals together, you play together. It's about sharing, that bond that is there with each other.
Okay, a
Yeah.
bond of relatives sharing together. Anybody has another definition when you talk about family?
Well, for
Um,
me,
uh,
family, um, this weekend we went on a women's ministry retreat to one of our family islands here in the Bahamas, Long Island. There was almost 200 of us ladies.
Wow.
And we had about, I would say we had like two medical incidents. And the way we came together to pray and to look after those ladies each morning, through the day, and everyone just checking and calling and taking food and medicating and whatever else was needed to be done. To me, that is family.
Family.
Coming together, showing genuine love and concern.
Love
That
and
is family, whether blood or not.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you saying family does not necessarily mean relatives. It means anybody outside of that circle.
Yes.
That shows
So,
genuine
Yeah,
care.
genuine. I
and
like that
love.
adjective, genuine. All right.
Yes.
Not looking for anything back. Just
Right. Yes.
that's right. What you say, Jenilyn?
I was thinking about this along the same line with everybody. To me, a family is a people with the same set goals. Whether in the church family, even right here, I see this as a family. People are born together and we in unity, you know? We're not, at loggerhead. At first, I was just saying people are on the same lineage, but now stretching it out, I can incorporate all others who have the same views as I do and look out for me and I look out for you. So we're a family.
yes.
So should I say if I think differently from you, I'm not your family? Is that what
No,
you're
man,
telling
not in
me?
that light. No, looking at what the family stands for as such.
Okay. So let's look at how then families around the world, we're talking about culture today, what do the families around the world have in common? Let's look at what we have in common. Okay? We have every family have universal values and rules, no matter which country you come from. And they look at the family as very important. That's the basis for all family. They look at their family as being very important. Each of your family is important to you, just like those around the world in any country. They look to families for emotional support. They are some of the first persons we go to support us. In fact, we see it, we come together. Maybe you may not see your family for years. You're separated, whether by distance or whatever. But during a funeral, you notice some cousins and people you haven't seen. So it's almost like a reunion.
Yeah.
It comes. They won't come to visit you any other time, but somehow they find the money then and we all gather at a funeral. So that emotional support families provide. And then the care for well-being. You're fortunate around the world when we have families that care for us. And I'm not just talking about caring for our aged parents or caring for a sick person. We are talking about checking in on your families to see if they're doing well. These are values that are held by families around the world. They are not just for one country.
Right.
And so when we talk about shared activities and traditions, then we come to the word culture. So to you, what is culture? Before we put it on the screen, When
It's
you
a way
hear
of life,
culture,
our way of life.
okay, our way of life. Anybody else? Do you mean when you hear the word culture? Okay, let's look and see what
How
culture
we
means.
do what
We use it
we
all
do.
the time, right? We use that word. We use it. Okay, and I was surprised when I looked this up. Look at what culture means, because I didn't even think about it. It's language. When we talk about culture, it's your language. What you speak, how you pronounce your words. Medical cure. I didn't think that was a part of culture.
Yes, because Jamaica believe in
Religion.
both.
Bush TA. Religion. That's a part of your culture. Then we have child rearing methods. Wow, didn't think that was a part of culture, hey? Because the way
Pass
you
it
were
on.
raised, and when you read now about these other countries, how they rear their children, very much different from ours. We're going to talk a little bit about that shortly. Food, well, we know that.
You know that, yeah.
Know that food. Talk about culture, the different foods. We have now different restaurants that serve their food from their culture, and we enjoy going there to eat. Sometimes you go to Asian or Chinese restaurants, you see more of us than of them. We enjoy the foods. Then their folk art, and we see that their celebrations. Oh, we love to see them. Beautiful. Their jokes. That's all a part of their manners. Manners. You go to Britain, you notice they line up nicely when they're queuing up to get on a bus or on the train. They're not, you come to our culture, so pushing and jostling and running to the front. Cultures, that's culture, okay? Clothes and dressing. That's why we learn to respect each other's culture. You would go to Africa, some African countries, and the man in a dress, that's their culture. And then we have working schedules. Never thought of that. That's a part of culture. Working schedules. You go like to Spain. They just don't work all day. They have siestas. It's so hot. Everybody's at home and they are resting. All of those tell us what culture is. Learn anything? I sure did. I sure did. Thinking culture wasn't just food and dress and celebrations.
Yeah.
So much more. So now, talking about all this, what culture is, did or have you stopped to think about how culture impacts learning? Your culture impacts the way we learn. And I looked at it through the eyes of being an educator. I had to look through the eyes of children learning in a cultural environment, because I know we had to do many workshops dealing with how to deal with culture in the classroom, because if you don't do that, you may get in trouble with children, because the world now is a global village.
Yes.
Just
right.
don't have Bahamians in our classroom anymore. Okay, we just don't have Jamaicans in our classroom or Americans. There's a wide rainbow of people we have coming to our classrooms now. So as I said, look through it through the eyes of an educator. And one of the big things all of us is aware of is the language. Children who come into the country unable to speak English, but they have to come to school. And so there you are teaching, and there is that language barrier that we need to be aware of as educators when we are teaching, that language barriers. Because a child coming to school is like going to a foreign country to learn a new language. And we may never think of it like that. Even our churches, we could expand it even further. We have churches where we have people from a different culture coming in, and we are talking, and they don't understand us. We need to be aware of the language. That's very important. The differences in language of these different cultures. And then children or churches going into the community as a whole, the cultural differences of poverty level, poverty or economic level, I should say. Everyone is not on the same economic level. There's some of you have more money than I could dream of, okay? I'm a poor teacher, so I don't get much on my Social Security, all right? Because they didn't pay me much to get that act now. So, but you have to think about the economic level of people we meet, whether at school or in the community or in the church. So we have to be aware of this in our culture. So we're not looking down and snubbing our noses at people. We have to be very aware of that. You know, we talk about emotional expressions. There are some cultures who don't smile much. And we are saying, but they don't. That's their culture. They don't show emotions. That's their culture. They don't do that. And so in school, for example, a child, we have to watch, like as I say, with the language. And I wrote down some that we need to be aware of as we meet people. If you are talking about asking, where do you live? And we say we live in an apartment, but a child coming from Britain is going to say they live in a flat. So when they say they live in a flat, what? You know, it don't register that that's an apartment to you. Or, you know, somebody from Britain says, I need to fix the battery or put in a new battery, so I pull the bonnet for me. And you're looking at them bonnet, because bonnet to you is a hat.
Yeah.
Pull the bonnet, what you talking about? What are they talking about?
The car.
The hood of the car. They're talking about the hood of the car, you know, and they say, okay, out there's cold, children, put on your jumper. Automatically our minds go to what?
School jumper.
The little strap here.
No, strap.
Sweater. That's what they mean, put on your sweater. And then we use this in the Caribbean, so it may not mean much to you, but here in the US, and you said, use your, we would say, most of us, use your rubber to take that mark out. But here in the US, we say eraser. Use your eraser, which is different, you know? What are you going to buy to eat tonight as a snack? And the British would say, I'm going to have some chips. And you are going to think it's what?
Potato chips.
A bag of
potato chips.
Or some, right? They're talking about French fries.
Yeah.
Okay. We go to we say we're going, you say supermarket. We say we go into the food store. We go into the grocery store. Okay. We're going to buy some sweets. And just I hear that in Jamaica, sweetie. The US would say we're going to just candy. Okay. Pull up your trousers, British. The Americans say, pull up your pants. Pull up your pants. You go into the supermarket, the grocery store, and you're pushing, the British would say, your trolley. And the Americans would say you're pushing your shopping cart.
Shopping cart.
So these are some of the language differences. If you are not culturally aware, you're looking at people like they're stupid or uneducated. We mark people, they're not smart. Or why are you calling it that? Be aware of people's culture.
Yeah.
That you know. And everyone, I was talking to Kabi the other day with this, with teachers giving homework to kids and they're giving projects. We like to do that. Guilty. Okay, we like to do that. And I say, I've never had a class where everybody brought in their project. And then, because Camden had a project the other day, and I was saying how many bought, because I knew the answer. And he said some. And then Kabi said, I don't understand. This is a private school. And I had to remind him, I said, we take for granted that every home has media and technology. Because we have it. Our kids have iPad. Everybody have their own laptop. We have desktop. We have internet. Every home does not have media and technology. So because of that, the exposure for not only kids, but adults would be different. So we have to look at these cultural differences. We have to also remember that the access, some children were able to go to preschool. So they Head Start and whatever you call it. So they have that jump. Whereas some children, because of their culture, didn't have that. So they're coming to school this for the first time. No, they don't know their culture. But then we have different parenting styles. All this have to do with culture. Remember, we talked about that, saw that with culture. Some parents believe what different things. Some parents believe you are to be seen but not heard. Many of us grew up like that.
Yeah.
Seen but not heard. So now they come into the classroom and you say, speak up, give an answer. And they're sitting there looking at you. From whom I can't talk. That's disrespectful. And then you have some whose parents say, express yourself, say what you like, tell them your mind. And then you say, oh, they're very, Jamaicans say what, feisty. You didn't know that, hey, I taught in Jamaica, that will hold you. So some would say that's very rude, just saying what you think and the way you express. All these have an impact on how people learn. So our cultures, we have to be aware. In our schools, take it over into your churches, into your children's division, into pastors need to be aware. When you're speaking, be careful of the language and the tone of your voice. When you're saying, like you're putting down one set of people and uplifting Black versus white, or we have to be very careful of cultural differences in how we treat people. So how does culture then, let's see what Kyle has for us, impact our ability to learn? I told you all of that in a nutshell. Now let's see how we could become global ambassadors. Learn all of that. We live in a world where it's small now. We don't have to go to people, they are everywhere. People are traveling. So let's see, how do we become good global ambassadors? What is it we need to do? Here are some things we need to do. Educate yourself. That's the first thing. And that's what we were trying to do on this program last week, to educate yourself about various cultures. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. Reflect on your own culture. Think about your culture. engage with diverse groups. This is important. You don't get to know people if you fold your arm and stay afar from them. Okay? And you get in your little clique, and then the little clique, I think it was last month or a month ago, I went with Kyle on a retreat workshop, and there were some Hispanics there, about 3 of them, and I just felt you could, you know, when you just see them together, and so we went and sat at their table to engage them. And we found out that the next time we were eating, because we engaged them and talked to them and so forth, they came and sat with us. And we were learning from them, they were learning from us. Engage with diverse groups. Participate in cultural events. Go and see what they have to offer. Participate. No, you don't go and say, I don't understand what they're saying. You go. Learn a new language. If you can, learn a new language. Travel abroad. I always remember my husband would say, my mother-in-law taught him, say, travel is education. Travel abroad and see how other people live. And then develop empathy. Empathy from the heart and open-mindedness. That's very, 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 very important. Develop empathy and open-mindedness. You want to learn. I want to know more. And then incorporate cultural awareness in daily life. I just talk about it. When you meet people and you see people, be aware of how you treat them and show respect. That's very important. Respecting all cultures, because we get very defensive when people say y'all. Begin with that, you know, y'all, and you know what we put behind it. You know, one person do you something wrong from a country, all of y'all we are guilty, right? All of y'all. Okay, I could pick on myself, Bahamian. All y'all Bahamians like that. Blanche did that to me, all y'all. We have to be careful. Okay? You have to be careful of that. Very, very careful of labeling people. So now there are 8 ways we can build cultural awareness. Were they the 8 ways we just looked at, Kyle?
Yes.
Okay, they were the 8 ways we just looked at how we could build cultural awareness. Now, I want to take this time, you tell me now something that you learned that you yourself have to now put in practice when it comes to other people's cultures. Something that resonated with you. Anything. Or you're doing all these things already?
That one would say that you already like put everybody in one category. When one person do you something, you generalize it. That's a habit some of us have by generalizing. If one person doing something, and then it is the whole country.
Yes. 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 Okay. Anybody else? Go on out there.
I know, like at our church, we have like Northwestern University, so we get some of the students that are that go to Northwestern come to our church on Sabbath, and so there was a couple of times when there was someone in a group that used to go there that used to introduce them to our church. But even with our church itself, we have a lot of people from different backgrounds, from whether it's from Africa, Belize, Panama, Colombia, all these different countries. And even with that, when we do potluck, they tend to bring something that tends to represent their country.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. And And the job is to taste their dishes. You want them to taste yours, right? You think yours is so good. You want to taste theirs too. Okay. Anybody else that you need to be more culturally aware of? You're talking, Jenalyn, but I can't hear you.
Whenever I see people, I go anywhere people have different culture. I think what I really need to engage them or be engaged with them or be empathetic, because then I must think of myself that I can be in that situation too where nobody understands me. And so I must even try to learn their culture, show an interest in it so that I can, understand them and even befriend them so they can be comfortable and they might just teach me their culture.
Okay. Yes. Eunice, what
I'm looking at still learn a new language, and I'm still talking about the Spanish. Sometimes I go in the store and they're speaking in Spanish, and sometimes I say, what is it they're saying? Are they saying something about me? I just can't understand. And it's the same thing when the Jamaicans go in the store and we are talking the patois.
That's right.
I know they don't understand us.
That's right. That is correct. That
Language.
It's a foreign.
Another thing, Blanche. We must learn to appreciate the differences in other people. We are alike, but we are different. The other day I went to I need to sit down with some, and they said we're going to have in their yard. They have it over here in St. Eustatius. They're having breakfast. And when I look at it, a big bowl of fried dumplings. And I was saying, fried dumplings, with a smile. The lady said, no, those are not dumplings. Those are Johnny cakes.
Yes.
Okay. And I said, oh, yes. She said, the Johnny cake, once you fry it, those are Johnny cake. We call the boiled one dumplings.
Okay.
But to me, everybody is Johnny cake.
That's right. That's right. Cultural differences.
Yes, so big.
Yeah. Anybody else? Okay. All right. So we now know to be more empathetic.
Yeah.
Try to learn more. Okay. And let's see now. So all of us are one big global family, no matter where you come from, right? You notice one big family. So who's a family? It's a group of people who are related to each other through blood, marriage, or adoption.
Sure, yes.
And families provide emotional support, love, and guidance to their members. They also share a home and may work together to meet their needs, such as food, clothing, and shelter. Families can have different structures, including nuclear families, that's parents and the children, extended families, including grandparents and other relatives, and blended families, combining members from different previous families. And remember, this is important. We talked about this. Family isn't, what are those other two words?
Always blood.
Always blood. It's the people in your life who want you in theirs.
Yeah.
It's the people in your life who want you in theirs. If somebody wants you in their life, that's family. Yeah. Family are the ones who accept you for who you are. You don't have to change. You don't have to change. They accept you for who you are. The ones who would do anything to see you do what? See you do what? Smile. That's family. The ones who would do anything to see you smile and big capital letters. And who?
Love you.
Love you no matter
Matter what.
what. That's a family. Let me read it again. That's so
Yeah.
beautiful.
It
Family
is-
isn't always
always
blood.
blood.
It's the
It's
people in your
people
life
in
who
your life.
want you in theirs. The
Mhm.
ones who accept you for who you are. The ones who would do anything to see you smile and who love you.
No
No
matter what.
matter what. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Let's see what Psalm 133 verse 1 tells us. It says, look at how good and pleasing it is when families live together as
One.
one. So
As one.
forever family, ever family, family forever.
Family forever.
In the quiet of the morning light, we gather close, everything feels right. Laughter echoes through these walls. Love's the bond that carries us all. Side by side, we'll weather every storm. Hearts as one, forever safe and warm. No matter where this road may lead, family is all we'll ever need. Memories we build day by day, little moments never fade away. Through every trial, joy and tear, together we grow year by year. Side by side, we'll weather every storm. Hearts as one, forever safe and warm. No matter where this road may lead, family is all we'll ever need. And together, strong and true, every dream is brighter with you. The love we share will always stay, guiding us along the way. Side by side, we'll weather every storm. Hearts as one, forever safe and warm. No matter where this road may lead, family is all we'll ever need. Side by side, we'll weather every storm. Hearts as one, forever safe and warm. Safe and warm. No matter where this road may lead, family is all we'll ever need. Family is all we'll ever need.
No matter where this road may lead, family is all that we need. Take care of your families. Take care of your families. Let me say it 3 times. Take care of your families, okay? And that begins first by taking care of yourself. Not only physical, your emotional self. Take care of you and you'll be able to take care of your families. God bless you. Thank you for joining us on Let's Talk this morning. Looking forward to your fall